Hi guys, welcome on in. Let's see, this is my first time using this year, so I hope you guys can hear me good enough. I've had this for about 4 or 5 years roughly, but I just my significant other just dug it out from a box, so we're testing it out. Welcome on in. My name's Everin Ryu. I'm a starseed healer out of Cosmic Energy and Spiritual Wellness, and I'm very, very excited to go over unraveling the Urantia book. This will be part 1, Deity and Divinity. Now I'm going to read part 1 and give you my 2 cents, give you my 7-dimensional interpretation, and I did have a lot of things highlighted. I may highlight certain things as we go along the way. Who knows? But let's have fun with this. Alright, you can go ahead. You don't have to watch me as I read. Kind of do whatever you want to do. As usual, as I go about this. Now, the central and super universes. There we go. How's that, guys? Okay. The universe of universes presents phenomena of deity activities on diverse levels of cosmic realities, mind meanings, and spirit values, but all of these ministrations, personal or otherwise, are divinely coordinated. Deity is personalizable as God is pre-personal and super-personal in ways not altogether comprehensible by man. Deity is characterized by the quality of unity, actual or potential, on all supermaterial levels of reality, and this unifying quality is best comprehended by creatures as divinity. Now, I did highlight this section about quality of unity, actual or potential, just because I thought it was interesting that God and deities God is actually pre-personal, and a deity is supposed to be personalized to humanity. Now, deity functions on personal, pre-personal, and super-personal levels. Total deity is functional on the following 7 levels. 1. Static, self-contained, and self-existent deity. Potential, self-willed and self-purposive deity. Associative, self-personalized, and divinely fraternal deity. Creative, self-distributive, and divinely revealed deity. Evolutional, self-expansive, and creature-identified deity. Supreme, experiential and creature-creator unifying deity. Deity functioning on the first creature identificational level as time-space over-controllers of the grand universe, sometimes designated the supremacy of deity. 7. Ultimate, self-projected and time-space transcending deity. Deity omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Deity functioning on the second level of unifying divinity, on the second level expression as effective over-controllers and abstinent upholders of the master universe. As compared with the ministry of the deities to the grand universe, this abstinent function in the master universe is tantamount to universal over-control and super-sustenance, sometimes called the ultimacy of deity. Whoa. Now, the finite level of reality is characterized by creature life and time-space limitations. Finite realities may not have endings, but they always have beginnings. They are created. The deity level of supremacy may be conceived as a function in relation to finite existences. The abstinent level of reality is characterized by things and beings without beginnings or endings, and by the transcendence of time and space. Abstinators are not created, they are eventuated, they simply are. The deity level of ultimacy connotes a function in relation to abstinent realities. No matter in what part of the master universe, whenever time and space are transcended, such an abstinent phenomenon is an act of the ultimacy of deity. The absolute level is beginningless, endless, timeless, and spaceless. For example, on Paradise, time and space are non-existent. The time-space status of Paradise is absolute. This level is Trinity attained existentially by the Paradise deities, but this third level of unifying deity expression is not fully unified experientially. Whenever, wherever, and however the absolute level of deity functions, Paradise absolute values and meanings are manifest. Deity may be existential as in the eternal Son, experiential as in the Supreme Being, associative as in God the Sevenfold, undivided as in the Paradise Trinity. Deity is the source of all that which is divine. Deity is characteristically and invariably divine, but all that which is divine is not necessarily deity, although it will be coordinated with deity and will tend towards some phase of unity with deity, spiritual, mindal, or personal. Divinity is the characteristic, unifying, and coordinating quality of deity. Divinity is creature comprehensible as truth, beauty, and goodness, correlated in personality as love, mercy, and ministry, disclosed on the impersonal levels as justice, power, and sovereignty. Divinity may be perfect, complete, as on existential and creator levels of Paradise perfection. It may be imperfect, as on experiential and creature levels of time-space evolution. Or it may be relative, neither perfect nor imperfect, as on certain Havana levels of existential experiential relationships. When we attempt to conceive of perfection in all phases and forms of relativity, we encounter 7 conceivable types. 1. Absolute perfection in all aspects. 2. Absolute perfection in some phases and relative perfection in all other aspects. Absolute, relative, and imperfect aspects in varied association. 4. Absolute perfection in some respects, imperfection in all others. 5. Absolute perfection in no direction, relative perfection in all manifestations. 6. Absolute perfection in no phase, relative in some, imperfect in others. 7. Absolute perfection in no attribute, imperfection in all. Now that is section 1 of part 1, the central and super universes. So I really enjoy the breakdown of divinity, the breakdown of how something divine can be perfect on many levels. And that is why we actually, as humans, have such a hard time perceiving divinity, perceiving the divine source, because we are seeing that divinity in so many different dimensions and different perspectives and in different ways. And it's interesting to also note, if you're seeing perfection in an abstinent level, so like if that perfection has no beginning but it does have an ending, and if you're seeing perfection in an absolute level where it is always existing, which to my understanding the universe has been always existing. It just has different galaxies within the universe. So that would be something to compare it to. But then now, are you looking at the universe with absolute perfection? Are you looking at the universe with absolute perfection with no attributes? So then there is imperfection all over. So it's really interesting to see the depth and perception that divinity can enter through our existence. So let me know what you thought about this and how deity and divinity correlates in your life. Do you have specific deities that you utilize in your personal practice? How do you utilize those deities? Personally, I feel like I have certain deities. I don't call them deities though. I don't say Lord Krishna. I don't say Lord Shiva. I don't see Thoth or Thoth as a Lord. I actually see those people more as a higher self. I see those as higher selves or higher vibrating beings. I don't put them above the universe since they exist within the universe. So there's where I'm coming from, because they may not have endings, but I feel as though deities do have a beginning. They have a beginning story. They have a story of how they began. So it's interesting. Please let me know what you think. And if you have any fun deities or perspectives of divinity, and what do you think divinity is, if it's perfection, if it's specific amounts of relative perfection, and how it relates to really your belief system. So I'm super interested, very excited to be on this path with you guys and just checking this book out. Next week I will be on the next section, and it goes into God. So very, very, very excited. That is all for today. If you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe, check out my other content. That would be much obliged. Mwah! Bye, guys.